Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, looking in the mirror, and seeing a version of yourself that's unstoppable. A you that's brimming with confidence, radiating success, and attracting abundance like a magnet. Sounds too good to be true? Well, what if I told you that this transformation isn't just possible, but it's within your reach right now? Today, we're diving deep into the revolutionary insights of Dr. Joe Dispenza and the wisdom of Jay Shetty. These two modern-day visionaries have cracked the code on how to literally reprogram your mind for greatness. But here's the kicker. This isn't some feel-good fluff or wishful thinking. We're talking about cutting-edge neuroscience meets ancient wisdom, a powerful cocktail that's transforming lives across the globe. From CEOs to stay-at-home parents, people are using these techniques to shatter their limitations and step into their full potential. Now, you might be wondering, can I really change my life just by changing my thoughts? It's a fair question. After all, we've all tried positive thinking before, right? But what if I told you that your thoughts are actually physical things in your brain? That every time you think a thought, you're creating a neural pathway? And that by consistently thinking certain thoughts, you can literally rewire your brain for success? This is where it gets exciting. Imagine having a remote control for your brain. With the push of a button, you could dial up your confidence, amplify your creativity, or boost your motivation. Sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? But here's the mind-blowing truth. You already have this remote control. You just haven't been taught how to use it until now. In the next few minutes, you're going to discover the daily rituals that can transform your mind into a success-generating powerhouse. You'll learn how to tap into the hidden potential of your brain, break free from limiting beliefs that have been holding you back, and create new neural pathways that automatically guide you towards success and abundance. But I have to warn you, this isn't a magic pill or a quick fix. It's a powerful practice that requires commitment and consistency. Think of it as a workout for your mind. Just like you wouldn't expect six-pack abs after one day at the gym, you can't expect to completely rewire your brain overnight. But if you stick with it, the results can be nothing short of miraculous. Buckle up, because we're about to dive into the fascinating world of neuroplasticity, quantum physics, and ancient wisdom. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to literally brainwash yourself for success and abundance. And the best part? You can start right now, today, this very moment. The power of your mind, shaping your reality. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have all the luck? Why success appears to follow them effortlessly, while others struggle to make even small gains? The secret lies not in external circumstances, but in the incredible power of the mind. Let's start with a fascinating experiment conducted by Dr. Masaru Emoto. He exposed water to different words, pictures, and music, then froze it, and examined the crystals that formed. The results were astounding. Water exposed to positive words like love and gratitude formed beautiful, symmetrical crystals. In contrast, water exposed to negative words like hate formed distorted, fragmented patterns. Now consider this. Your body is roughly 60% water. If words can have such a profound effect on water molecules, imagine the impact your thoughts have on your entire being. This isn't just mystical thinking. It's backed by hard science. Every thought you have creates a biochemical reaction in your brain, releasing neurotransmitters and hormones that affect every cell in your body. In essence, your thoughts are creating your biological reality. But it doesn't stop there. Your thoughts also shape your perceptions and actions, which in turn create your external reality. It's a feedback loop that's constantly reinforcing itself. Think about it. When you believe you're going to have a bad day, don't you tend to notice all the negative things that happen, further confirming your belief? The good news is, this works both ways. By consciously choosing empowering thoughts, you can set off a positive chain reaction that transforms your life from the inside out. But how exactly do we do this? That's what we'll explore in our next section, as we dive into the fascinating world of neuroplasticity and learn how to break free from limiting beliefs. Breaking free from limiting beliefs, unleashing your potential. Picture this. A baby elephant is tied to a small stake in the ground. It pulls and tugs, but can't break free. As it grows into a massive, powerful adult, it remains tethered to that same small stake, never realizing it now has the strength to easily break free. This, my friends, is a perfect metaphor for how limiting beliefs operate in our minds. We all have these mental stakes, beliefs formed early in life that hold us back long after we've outgrown them. I'm not good enough. Success is for other people. I'll never be rich. Sound familiar? These are the invisible chains that keep us from reaching our full potential. But here's the exciting part. Just like that elephant, you have the power to break free. It all starts with awareness. Take a moment right now to reflect. What beliefs do you hold about yourself and your abilities? Are they empowering or limiting? Don't judge, just observe. Now let's talk about how these beliefs form. Every experience you have, every piece of information you receive, gets filtered through your reticular activating system, RAS. Think of the RAS as your brain's bouncer, deciding what information gets in and what doesn't. And here's the kicker. It tends to let in information that confirms your existing beliefs. So if you believe you're unlucky, your RAS will highlight every instance of bad luck, reinforcing that belief. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But remember, this works both ways. By consciously choosing new, empowering beliefs, you can retrain your RAS to spot opportunities and positive experiences. This is where the magic of neuroplasticity comes in. Your brain isn't fixed, it's plastic, constantly forming new neural connections. Every time you challenge a limiting belief, you're literally rewiring your brain. It's like carving a new path through a dense forest. The first time is tough, but with repetition, it becomes the path of least resistance. So, how do we put this into practice? In our next section, we'll explore powerful daily practices that can help you reprogram your mind for success and abundance. Get ready to unleash your true potential. The Science of Change, rewiring your brain for success. Imagine if you could upgrade your brain like you upgrade your smartphone. Well, in a way, you can. Thanks to the groundbreaking field of neuroplasticity, we now know that our brains are constantly changing, forming new neural connections in response to our thoughts and experiences. Let's take a journey back to 1848, to the remarkable case of Phineas Gage. Gage was a railway worker who survived a horrific accident where an iron rod was driven through his skull, destroying much of his left frontal lobe. Surprisingly, he survived and even recovered, but his personality changed dramatically. This case was one of the first to suggest that specific brain regions were responsible for certain personality traits, and that the brain could adapt to significant changes. Fast forward to today, and we have countless studies demonstrating the brain's incredible plasticity. For instance, London taxi drivers have been found to have larger hippocampi, the part of the brain associated with spatial memory, compared to bus drivers. Why? Because they're constantly navigating London's complex street system, literally growing their brains through experience. But here's where it gets really exciting. You don't need to memorize a city's street map to change your brain. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, is physically represented in your brain as a neural pathway. The more you repeat a thought or behavior, the stronger that pathway becomes. This is why habits can be so hard to break. They're well-worn neural superhighways. But it's also why new habits, when practiced consistently, can become just as automatic. It's like the old saying goes, neurons that fire together, wire together. So, how can we use this knowledge to our advantage? It's all about repetition and consistency. By consciously choosing thoughts and behaviors aligned with success and abundance, and repeating them daily, we can literally rewire our brains for positivity and achievement. But it's not just about positive thinking. It's about creating new experiences that challenge your old beliefs. Remember, your brain changes in response to experience, not just thought. So in our next section, we'll explore powerful daily practices that combine thought and action to create lasting change in your brain and your life. Get ready to become the architect of your own brain. The power to shape your mind and your reality is in your hands. Are you excited to learn how to use it? Daily practices for success, your mental gym routine. Picture this. It's 5 a.m., and while the rest of the world sleeps, Oprah Winfrey is already up, starting her day with meditation. Or consider the case of Will Smith, who attributes much of his success to the power of visualization. These aren't just celebrity quirks, they're powerful practices backed by science and ancient wisdom. So, are you ready to create your own success routine? Let's break it down into 3 key practices: meditation and visualization, affirmations and self-talk, and cultivating an abundance mindset through gratitude. First up, meditation and visualization. Think of meditation as a gym for your mind. Just as you work out your muscles to stay physically fit, meditation strengthens your mental muscles, improving focus, reducing stress, and enhancing emotional regulation. Start with just 5 minutes a day, focusing on your breath. As you get more comfortable, incorporate visualization. Spend a few minutes each day vividly imagining yourself achieving your goals. Remember, your brain doesn't distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. Both create neural pathways. Next, let's talk about affirmations and self-talk. The average person has about 60,000 thoughts per day, and for many of us, a large percentage of those are negative. Affirmations are a powerful way to consciously choose positive thoughts. Start your day by looking in the mirror and saying, "I am capable of achieving great things," or "I attract success and abundance." It might feel awkward at first, but remember, you're laying down new neural pathways. With repetition, these positive thoughts will become your default. Finally, let's explore the power of gratitude in cultivating an abundance mindset. Gratitude is like a magic lens that transforms how you see the world. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you're training your auras to spot the positive in your life. Start and end each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big or small, from a promotion at work to the perfect cup of coffee. Now, here's the key to making these practices stick: consistency. Just like you wouldn't expect to get fit by going to the gym once, you can't expect to rewire your brain with a single day of positive thinking. Commit to these practices for at least 21 days, the time it typically takes to form a new habit. Remember, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're changing your brain. And as your brain changes, so does your reality. In our next section, we'll explore how to overcome common obstacles in this transformation process. Are you ready to turn these practices into your daily mental gym routine? Overcoming obstacles, navigating the path to transformation. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. The peak, your goal of success and abundance, is in sight. But the path isn't always smooth. There are steep inclines, unexpected obstacles, and moments when you might feel like turning back. This is a perfect metaphor for the journey of personal transformation. Let's address one of the biggest obstacles head-on: doubt. It's natural to question whether these practices really work, especially when you don't see immediate results. Remember the story of the Chinese bamboo tree? For 4 years after planting, nothing appears to happen. But in the 5th year, the tree suddenly shoots up 80 feet in just 6 weeks. The truth is, growth was happening all along, underground in the root system. Your personal growth is often the same, invisible at first, but building a strong foundation for explosive growth. Another common obstacle is inconsistency. Life gets busy, and it's easy to let your new practices slip. Here's a trick: link your new habit to an existing one. For example, practice gratitude while brushing your teeth, or do your affirmations while waiting for your morning coffee to brew. This technique, known as habit stacking, makes it easier to stick to your new routines. Then there's the challenge of negative influences. Maybe you have friends or family members who are skeptical of your new practices. Remember, their doubt often stems from their own limiting beliefs. You don't need to convince them, just stay committed to your path. As you change, you might find that your circle naturally evolves to include more supportive, like-minded individuals. One powerful way to stay motivated is to track your progress. Keep a journal of your thoughts, feelings, and experiences as you practice these techniques. Looking back on your journey can provide powerful motivation when you hit a rough patch. Lastly, be patient and kind with yourself. Transformation is a process, not an event. There will be ups and downs, 2 steps forward and 1 step back. That's not failure, it's learning. Every setback is an opportunity to reinforce your commitment and refine your approach. Remember, the only real failure is giving up. As long as you keep going, keep practicing, keep believing, you're succeeding. In our next section, we'll explore inspiring success stories of people who've used these techniques to transform their lives. Their journeys will show you what's possible when you persist through the obstacles. Are you ready to be inspired? Success stories, from struggle to triumph. Let's take a moment to be inspired by those who have walked this path before us. Their stories are not just tales of success, but roadmaps showing us what's possible when we commit to transforming our minds. Consider the story of Jim Carrey. Before he was a household name, Carrey was a struggling comedian, barely making ends meet. But he had a powerful vision. In 1990, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, dated it Thanksgiving 1995, and kept it in his wallet. He visualized cashing that check every day. And guess what? By 1995, his asking price per movie had reached $20 million. Talk about the power of visualization. Or take Oprah Winfrey. Born into poverty and faced with numerous hardships, Oprah could have easily succumbed to a mindset of lack and limitation. Instead, she chose to believe in abundance and her own potential. She credits much of her success to the practice of gratitude, saying, "Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough." Then there's the remarkable transformation of John Assaraf. Once a troubled teen running with street gangs, Assaraf turned his life around through the power of mindset and visualization. He went on to build several multi-million-dollar companies and become a best-selling author on brain research and success. Assaraf often shares how he used vision boards and daily affirmations to program his subconscious mind for success. But success stories aren't just about famous people. Consider Sarah, a single mother who was struggling to make ends meet. She started practicing daily gratitude and visualization, focusing on abundance rather than lack. Within a year, she had secured a better-paying job, improved her relationships, and even started a small side business. Her shift in mindset opened her eyes to opportunities she had previously been blind to. Or take Michael, a college student battling anxiety and self-doubt. He began practicing meditation and positive affirmations daily. Gradually, his confidence grew. He started participating more in class, joined clubs, and eventually secured an internship he previously thought was out of his league. His grades improved, and so did his overall happiness. These stories all have a common thread: the power of consistent mental practice. None of these individuals achieved success overnight. They committed to daily habits that gradually reshaped their minds and, consequently, their realities. Now, I want you to pause for a moment. Imagine yourself a year from now, having consistently applied the principles we've discussed. How has your life changed? What success story will you be able to share? In our final section, we'll recap the key principles and practices we've covered. and I'll challenge you to commit to your own transformation journey. Are you ready to write your own success story? Call to action. Your journey begins now. We've journeyed through the fascinating landscape of the mind, exploring how our thoughts shape our reality, how to break free from limiting beliefs, and the daily practices that can rewire our brains for success and abundance. Now, it's time for the most crucial part of this entire video, your commitment to action. Remember, knowledge without action is like a car without fuel. It won't take you anywhere. So right now, I want you to make a promise to yourself. Promise that you'll implement at least one of the practices we've discussed, starting today. Maybe you'll begin with a 5-minute meditation each morning, or perhaps you'll start your day with positive affirmations in the mirror. You might choose to keep a gratitude journal, writing down 3 things you're thankful for before bed each night. Whatever you choose, commit to doing it consistently for the next 21 days. Why 21 days? Because that's typically how long it takes to form a new habit. After 3 weeks, these practices will start to feel natural, even automatic. And that's when the real magic happens. When your new, empowering thoughts and beliefs become your default mode. But don't just take my word for it. I challenge you to become a scientist in the laboratory of your own life. Keep track of your thoughts, feelings, and experiences as you implement these practices. Notice how your perception shifts, how opportunities seem to appear where none existed before. And remember, this journey isn't always easy. There will be days when you don't feel like meditating, when gratitude seems hard to find, when your old limiting beliefs creep back in. That's okay. It's part of the process. The key is to keep going, to recommit each day to your journey of transformation. Imagine yourself a year from now, looking back on this moment. Will it be the day that everything changed? The day you decided to take control of your mind, and by extension, your life? That's the power you hold right now. So, are you ready? Ready to step into your power, to rewire your brain for success and abundance, to become the architect of your own reality? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that step is right here, right now. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It's time to learn how to use it to its full potential. Your new life is waiting. All you have to do is begin. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the mind's incredible power. Remember, you have everything you need within you. Now go out there and create the life you've always dreamed of. Your success story starts today.